The Duke of Edinburgh has managed to spend most of his adult life at the Queen's side without ever appearing to be in her shadow. As he turns 90, there's no sign of him winding down his relentless schedule of public appearances, or of a desire to be any less outspoken. Born into the Greek royal family, Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark met the future Queen of England in 1939, when he was studying at the Royal Naval College at Dartmouth. He served Britain in the Second World War aboard ships in the Mediterranean and Pacific fleets, before his engagement to Princess Elizabeth was announced in July 1947. The engagement was long enough to allow Prince Philip to become a British citizen, change his name to Philip Mountbatten, and to convert to Anglicism, before the couple married in Westminster Abbey on the 20th of November that year. The royal couple didn't waste any time before fulfilling one of their primary duties, providing for the succession. Prince Charles was born within a year of the wedding, with Princess Anne arriving 2 years later on the 15th of August 1950. On the children front, there was a bit of a lull after that, until 1959, when Prince Andrew was born, followed by Prince Edward in 1964. Prince Philip's influence as a father was always strong, and it was most publicly reflected in the decision to send all 3 boys, starting with Prince Charles, to Gordonston, the school the Duke had attended himself. When, in later years, 3 of his children's marriages broke down, he was portrayed in some circles as a stern and unsentimental father. And when Diana, Princess of Wales, died, he was criticised for retaining his traditional attitudes towards grieving in private and his refusal to bow to public sentimentality.
Take care of the boys. Take care of the boys, Mum.
That's what we've been doing.
Sorry?
That's what we've been doing.
I know you did.
But his devotion to his family could never be doubted, and he used the occasion of his golden wedding anniversary to pay public tribute to his children.
And like all families, we went through the full range of pleasures and tribulations of bringing up children. I'm naturally somewhat biased, but I think our children have done rather well under very different and difficult and demanding circumstances.
In the early years of his marriage, Philip combined his role as a father with his career as an active officer in the Royal Navy. But in 1951 he took the difficult decision to give that up to fulfil what he called his first duty, his role as consort to the princess who would become queen the following year. In the 60 or so years since then, Prince Philip has managed to combine being his wife's principal supporter with having a mind and personality all of his own. On pretty much every occasion, like here at her Golden Jubilee celebration in 2002, he's been at the Queen's side, a symbol of loyalty and selflessness. Paying tribute to him in Parliament earlier this week, the Prime Minister, David Cameron, quoted the Queen.
She said in a speech to mark their golden wedding anniversary that he had been, and I quote, her strength and stay all these years, and that she and his whole family, and this and many other countries, owe him a debt greater than he would ever claim or we shall ever know.
In his 64 years as the Queen's consort, the Duke has explored 143 countries, notching up over 600 solo visits and more than 5,000 speeches. All the while using his wit and a willingness to put others at ease to charm the people he has met, and, it has to be said, occasionally getting himself into trouble with remarks that reflect the period in which he grew up, perhaps rather more than the modern day. He has also, though, found time for his personal interests, many of them involving horses. While serving in Malta during the war, he was introduced to the sport of polo and became a keen player. In later years, he switched to carriage driving, and is credited with having helped develop the sport into a proper equestrian event. As he reaches his 90th birthday, he isn't allowing age to stand in the way of his responsibilities. He remains patron of over 800 charities and is unflagging in his personal engagements. And when the world was focusing on a future generation of royals earlier this year, Prince Philip was a constant presence, a reminder of the duty and dedication that are at the heart of what it means to be a member of a modern royal family.